Now 6:47, after two failed attempts in 24 hours to repeal Obamacare, Republican Senate leaders are working to pass a slimmed-down bill. Voting is expected to start today on the new skinny repeal plan. It would abolish just a few of the key elements of Obamacare, including mandates that everyone buy insurance.
Hey, very good Thursday morning, everyone, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. Kyle Bosch here with Lisa Bedeau as we get started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with some breaking news that we're following out of Moorhead this morning. 3 teens could be facing charges after police arrested them for curfew violations early this morning. Someone reported that their car was hit by rocks near the downtown Hornbacher store just after 5 a.m.
Police say the suspects took off running when police arrived, but officers were able to round up all 3 near Walgreens on 8th and Main, about a block away. The teens are being held on the curfew violation, but more charges are possible after property damage to cars is determined.
Well, we're also following a developing story about a fair ride that turned deadly. One man was killed and more than a dozen others were hurt when a ride malfunctioned at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus. A fire official says a row of seats on the Fireball ride snapped off after apparently colliding with something while swinging back and forth.
Riders were tossed 20 to 30 feet in the air at high speed. 5 of the victims are critically injured. The Ohio governor has ordered all fair rides to be shut down until further inspections can take place, and has also ordered a full investigation into the incident. Developing this morning on a story we first told you about yesterday. A local woman caught in a viral video has lost her job. Tuesday night, Amber Hensley was captured on camera yelling at a group of Somali American women saying, "We are going to kill all of you," referring to Muslim people.
The woman in the car who shot the video say they were scared and called police. Now, Hensley didn't want to go on camera, but did send us a Facebook message apologizing. She also says that one of the women did swear at her during the incident. Fargo police are continuing to investigate. Well, new for you this morning, a suspect is in custody after the death of a woman during an apparent domestic dispute on board a cruise ship off the waters of Alaska. Princess Cruises says that the 39-year-old woman died Tuesday night.
The ship was diverted to Juneau yesterday. Passengers were kept on board for more than 8 hours during the investigation. Developing out of Washington, President Donald Trump's decision to stop transgender Americans from serving in the military is being welcomed by some, but questioned by many, including some Republicans.
In a series of tweets yesterday morning, the president wrote, quote, "The United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military." Now, Trump said part of the decision was about the apparent tremendous medical costs, but a 2016 study found that those costs would add less than $9 million to the more than $500 billion defense budget. No timetable has been set for implementing the new policy.
Coming up on 6:51, it's time for weather on the ones and kind of a mild start to our day here, Lisa.
Yeah, it's pleasant out there. We've got some sunshine, as you can see behind me on our hourly planner, but there is some fog we're going to get to in a moment as well, causing some visibility problems for that morning drive. It's beautiful for the afternoon, though. We're going to expect to see some mid-80s on the way. Wind very light all day long out of the north, and because we stay with that northerly wind, that air mass we had in place yesterday kind of just sticking around, meaning that it's not going to be as muggy as it was a couple of days ago, and it's going to be nice and warm and pleasant and dry. Here's the problem, though. We've got some fog with the still air and the clear skies. Fog has developed in some spots. Foston, one of our big trouble spots right now, at 0 for your visibility there. Looks like we're having trouble into Clay County as well, and more places reporting some lowering visibilities in that 4 to 5 mile range, which isn't terrible, but it's a sign that there might be some denser areas of fog in that region as well. So something to keep in mind as you're driving around this morning. Make sure you turn your headlights and tail lights on in your car. And wind speeds are non-existent in most areas. There are some spots where we're getting some light wind, but that's about it, less than 10 miles per hour. Checking out your temperatures, some 50s to some 60s, 63 degrees in Detroit Lakes. It's 58 in Fargo and 55 in Grand Forks. So comfortable pleasant start to our day. There is some cloud cover trying to work its way into the Devil's Lake area this morning. That's associated with these showers that are falling between Minot and Bismarck, bringing some much needed rain to that area. It's probably not going to make it into our region though today. Maybe a couple of spots along that Highway 281 corridor might see a little rain, but our chances don't look great beyond that with that dry air we have in place. It's looking like it's just going to kind of dry up before it moves in. In addition to that, some clouds dropping into the valley as well with that little disturbance. So here today, things look good. We've got some warm temperatures back into the 80s this afternoon, 86 in Fargo, 84 in Grand Forks around the 5 o'clock hour, and more sunshine lasting throughout the day. A look at that 7-day planner. It's going to be warm into tomorrow too. We might hit 90 in the next couple of days, and that chance for rain Saturday and into Sunday.
Thank you, Lisa.
We've got a follow-up for you this morning on a crash in the Northern Valley that we first told you about last week. One man involved is now dead, and another is facing charges. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 55-year-old Michael Kubal of Langdon passed away Tuesday after that crash on Highway 81 in Grafton last week. A passenger, 54-year-old Franna Kubal, also from Langdon, has been released from the hospital.
Troopers say 43-year-old Brian Bjorkness of Cavalier ran into the back of Kubal's vehicle, pushing it off the road before it rolled. Bjorkness was charged with DUI, and court documents say he is now facing a felony terrorizing charge as well. A high-risk sex offender from Halstead, Minnesota is now considered a fugitive. The Minnesota Department of Corrections says Jonah Hawkins is no longer complying with the conditions of his release from prison back in April of 2015.
Last month, he was put on fugitive status after failing to continue following up with police. He was last seen leaving his home in Halstead, which is in Norman County, about 45 minutes north of Fargo. The Minneapolis Police Department's new body camera policy is set to start this weekend, all on the heels of another high-profile officer-involved shooting. The Minneapolis mayor and interim police chief announced the policy yesterday. It means that every officer will be required to immediately activate their body camera each time they're dispatched to a call or any time they initiate an interaction with someone.
The changes come in the wake of the fatal shooting death of 40-year-old Justine Damon by an officer responding to her 911 call of a possible sexual assault. Officer Mohammed Noor shot Damon as she approached the window of their squad car, but there was no video record of the event because both Noor and his partner failed to turn on their body cameras. Country music fans have their eyes on WeFest next week, and police are also getting ready for the massive crowd south of Detroit Lakes. The Becker County Sheriff's Office has a command center that helps with traffic and criminal matters.
Now, Sheriff Todd Glander says that he wants people to have fun at WeFest, but he also wants them to be careful. They do respond to numerous calls every year, including thefts and missing people. There were actually 150 calls for service in 4 days last year. The biggest numbers were for disorderly conduct, medical emergencies, and assaults, which include sexual assaults as well as fights.
So number one, we want them to have fun, but they have to use reason and common sense. If it is warm, people drink. Try to watch out for other people that you're with. Whether it's family, friends. Try to keep an eye on each other.
Now, Glander says that people should never hesitate to contact WeFest security or his deputies if they need any help.
Volunteers are busy this week at the United Way's school supply drive at the Fargo Dome, stuffing backpacks that you are contributing with paper, pencils, markers, and much more.
Now, this year's goal is to help at least 5,800 students from Cass and Clay counties have a great first day of school by making sure they have the supplies they need. Now, they are still taking donations. You can drop off your contributions at the Fargo Dome until tomorrow. Well, speaking of great causes, today is a great excuse to eat your dessert first.
Yes, it's Miracle Treat Day, where dollars from Blizzards are donated to the Children's Miracle Network. And we join the Valley Today's Christy Larson live at the downtown Moorhead DQ. Good morning, Christy.
Well, good morning, guys. This has been a really fun morning, not only because we did our Blizzard off, we'll crown the winner in just a minute, but also because you just know that good feeling of I get a delicious dessert, and Hillary, people get to give back to those kids.
They do. It's really easy, and who doesn't like ice cream? So go on out, order a Blizzard or two today, and know that you're really making a difference for sick and injured kids in your community.
And I love, too, that, Troy, your location, year after year, you and your wife donate 100% of those proceeds. What makes you guys keep wanting to do it and dealing with that crowds? I mean, it seems like there's always an endless line of people waiting to come here.
It's really exciting. And I guess that's what drives us is the community involvement is really special and spectacular. And when they know that we're going to donate all of the proceeds, that just makes it that much easier for them to decide to come out and have a blizzard treat.
And thousands of blizzards are going to be made right here today. But I have to say, I think 2 of the best ones were made this morning, don't you think?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, indeed. No question about that.
So don't forget, this location is going to be opening up at 9 a.m. They stay open until 10 p.m. And guys, 100% of those blizzard proceeds going right back to Children's Miracle Network. So Hillary, let's step up.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Good luck. Shoot
Okay.
hands.
We'll crown the winner. And the winner is... The runner-up is... Yay! I'm gonna cry.
It's like the Miss America pageant.
Oh, why am I not surprised? I think she may actually tear up. That may not have been fake, but
We all know that she's going to be wearing that crown probably for the next like 3 days.
I was gonna say 3 months maybe. This oh, she's got the wave down. My guess is she's been practicing.
Well, congratulations, Christy, and we'll enjoy our blizzards for breakfast when you get back.
It was, yeah. Hope it doesn't melt by the time it gets here. It's now 2 minutes before 7. It was about as close as you can get. Check this out. One man's narrow escape when a car comes crashing through an office building in California. Police say the driver swerved to miss an oncoming car and ended up crashing into the store.
Now, in the van in the video, who was sitting on the couch says he was looking out the window and figured the car was going to stop. Then he saw it go airborne and knew that he had to move fast. And boy, did he ever. Amazingly, police say that no one was hurt in this crash.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 40% of Americans are doing this right now, the highest percentage in 20 years.
The answer, renting. Remember, you can take part in our question of the morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page, where we invite you to join the conversation. A nice, a very comfortable start to the morning, Lisa Green.
It certainly is. We've got some nice temperatures. We've got that beautiful sunshine and 80s on the way for it later today. So it's going to be a nice one. We do have that fog to start off, though, and it's been variable, but still there are some places where it's been quite dense for a short period of time. So watch out for that. Afternoon temperatures, though, most of us getting to at least 80 degrees.
Nice.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to get started, but the Valley Today rolls on.
We have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather for you coming up right now on the Fargo CW.